Amen. All right. Greetings, brothers and sisters. Tonight is April 28th, 2024, and this will be our first mass meeting for the month of April for the UNIA-ACL Division 421 here in Atlanta. Tonight, we'll be going over a recap of High Executive Council will be the focus. Yeah, I do have that ready, so we'll just do a quick call to order, which we've done. We'll do the pledge to the UNIA flag. We'll go through our rituals, do a roll call, go over ground rules, read the preamble, and then we'll get straight into the topic, which is High Executive Council from 2 weeks ago at this point. So first thing we'll do is pledge to our flag. So if you would, please come off mute. Put your black fists in the air and say along with me. If you know the words, if you don't, please just, next time say it along with me. I commit my body, mind, and spirit to the protection, defense, and security of the red, black, and green. I dedicate my life to the redemption of Mother Africa and the liberation of her scattered Black children. I accept for myself and my descendants the teachings of Universal
African nationalism.
And I promise that our children will be instilled with the purpose and knowledge of themselves as African people, in order that the cause of our struggle will neither falter nor fail until all Black people are free and united through one God, one aim, and one destiny. Yes, okay. I feel like I skipped something, but I always feel like that when I'm doing it. With that, I'll step into the role of chaplain and go over our rituals as we open up the meeting. Opening hymn is from Greenland's Icy Mountain. One moment. From Greenland's icy mountain, from India's coral strand, where Africa's sunny fountains roll down their golden sand. From many ancient rivers, from many palmy plains, they called us to deliver their land from error's chain. Shall we, whose souls are lighted with wisdom from on high, shall we to men be knighted, the lamp of life deny? Salvation, O salvation, the joyful sound proclaim, to earth's remotest nation has learned Messiah's name. Waft, waft, ye winds, his story, and you, ye waters, roll, till like a sea of glory it spreads from pole to pole, till o'er our ransomed nation, the Lamb for sinners slain, Redeemer, King, Creator, in bliss returns to reign. That is our opening hymn. Then I'll do just the first part of Lord's Prayer. Lord's Prayer, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. And last, part of our rituals is shine on eternal light. Shine on eternal light to greet our souls this day, dispel the gloominess of night and drive our doubts away. Our longing I prepare when war and strife shall cease, to view the morn soon to appear, the new era of peace. Thy glorious church, O God, no kingdom can remove, made without hands, this best abode, the harbinger of love. Of all the gifts that flow from thy great throne above, we ask thee on our hearts bestow the gift of perfect love. My soul the light receives and dares the truth to prove, not in blind ignorance believes, but knows that God is love. Come, love, and give new birth to man's destructive mind. Spread where confusion reigns on earth, goodwill to all mankind. Shine on, eternal light, thy penetrating ray shall turn the hour of darkest night into eternal day. Amen. And we will close out our rituals there. That takes care of rituals. We'll do a brief roll call, do ground rules, preamble, and get straight into our main topic. So for roll call, let me do roll call this way. Definitely want to highlight our officers. So roll call, we have myself, President, Brother John, member number 306. We have our treasurer, Ross Marvin, member number 2. We have our counsel general, Attorney Imhotep, member number 165. We have our first vice president, Brother Omasius, member number 390. We have our recording secretary, Brother Art, member number 449. We have our arts and culture coordinator, Sister Cicely, member number 479, and we have our third vice president, Brother Eric, member 477. So that is our officers, and then for our members, we have member number 172 out of Brooklyn, New York, Dr. Shams, member number 260 out of Virginia Beach, Sister Shantae. Member number 368 here in Marietta, Georgia, Sister Ifaniyi. Member number 459 in Riverdale, Georgia, Brother Brian. Member number CBPM, member number 2729, Brother Chizoro out of Jacksonville, and someone on iPad. Makes a total of 13 on the call. So that is our roll call. And ground rules. Please keep your lines muted when you're not speaking. Please have pen and paper available as we're going through any presentation so that you can take notes when it is your time to speak. When you are given the floor, please try to keep your comments limited to 3 minutes to allow everyone to share. Do not use the N-word. Sisters, do not give out your personal phone number. Please give out a business line or an email is preferred. And have fun, I think is all. Any questions before we proceed? Any questions? With that, I'll jump to our preamble. Share. Preamble, Universal Negro Improvement Association and African Communities League is a social, friendly, humanitarian, charitable, educational, institutional, constructive, and expansive society. And it's founded by persons desiring to the utmost to work for the general uplift of the Negro peoples of the world. And the members pledge themselves to do all in their power to conserve the rights of their noble race and to respect the rights of all mankind, believing always in the brotherhood of man and the fatherhood of God. The motto of the organization is one God, one aim, one destiny. Therefore, let justice be done to all mankind, realizing that if the strong oppresses the weak, confusion and discontent will ever mark the path of man, but with love, faith, and charity towards all, the reign of peace and plenty will be heralded into the world, and the generations of men shall be called blessed. So that takes care of our ceremonial things. Everybody should have gotten the HEC newsletter. Let me pull that up. I sent it out as part of tonight's invitation, so everyone should have gotten that. Pull that up and walk through that to give a recap. Newsletter. Not there. Newsletter. Okay. Let's go to email inbox. Mass meeting Sunday, April 28th. Yeah, here we go. So the focus for tonight is High Executive Council recap. So we, as everyone should have seen on the previous slide, go back to that really quick. Atlanta had a delegation of 6 individuals that traveled to Philadelphia for High Executive Council. So myself, Brother John, our Lady President, Sister Ra Ebony, Council General Attorney Imhotep, Lady Vice President, Sister Diane, Third Vice President, Brother Eric, and our Financial Secretary in Training, Dr. Kuda. So we all traveled to Philadelphia a couple weeks back. And we were there for High Executive Council. Purpose of HEC, according to the newsletter, HEC is where we decide the agenda for convention, and that did kind of happen. 66 International Convention will be at New York. We'll be looking at possible topics and your resolutions, suggested amendments, etc. Yeah, this is an election year. Those who want to run for office must declare by end of HEC. So, per newsletter and per the Constitution, purpose of High Executive Council is to prepare for a convention. As far as the actual agenda of High Executive Council, started Wednesday. There was a meet and greet. We didn't make the meet and greet. We were traveling on Wednesday. We got there Wednesday evening, and we started business on Thursday morning. So we were there for business sessions 1 and 2. Let me see. Well, is anyone that was there that was able to take notes of the Thursday session? Brother Eric, you'd probably be the only one. No one? Right. I'm not going to belabor it. So, business sessions 1 and 2 basically focused on reports from the High Council and reports from division presidents that were in attendance. And that was pretty much what we focused on the first day, the first entire day. Yeah, I'm not going, like, I was hoping somebody else took notes and they could share, but I'm
Not looking.
someone say something. Okay.
Greetings, y'all. Greetings, family.
Greetings, Lady President. Anything you want to share from Thursday at HEC?
Well, of course, I didn't make the first half of the thing, but from when I arrived, they had these which I thought was really special. They had these murals or these pictures of our like maybe like our fallen soldiers and those who we wanted to keep in remembrance and stuff like that. And they had us to sign them. I thought that was really special. They they're really inviting. I don't think it was, I don't know, President. They were they acknowledged us. We all acknowledged each other that day from Thursday. Like I said, I missed the first half, but the second half is when we went to the panel discussion that was after that day. And we had people that were in the communities doing work up in Philadelphia. It was Philadelphia's panel. So it was more so what Philadelphia had going on and what they were doing at home and abroad, really, what they're doing with the African race, women with the Africans of the world or whatever. So that was pretty much Thursday. We're
Yeah,
just all getting acquainted. I mean,
one second, hold off, because you brought in a good point, and I think I got a picture of the Thursday evening discussion. So I wanted to share that as well. Brother Eric, are you there? Or are you able to speak?
Yeah, I had to go get that notebook. I have the ones from, I think this one says 412. This is from which night had that second place with like the place upstairs.
That was Thursday.
That was Thursday. Okay, I have the notes from that, or some of the notes from that day and then that night. And then there's this one, which I think is from the last day. So I guess that leaves this one for being the other one, the one with the prices and the numbers and stuff.
What you got for Thursday morning?
That's the 12th.
Yes, think so.
Oh, it's this one. They were going over. Yeah, that was the numbers that they were asking about, the reparations. They were that conversation, the way we went over our balances, the art trust, trickle down, where they were going over the building, uh, detailed the parents' body's role. That was cool. And then just some keywords they used.
Okay, all right. Let me. Okay, let me give what I've got, and we can fill in the gaps. um, so scroll down. All right, so Thursday, prospective. Okay, that's not Thursday. Okay, 11:30 opening. We opened at 11:30. Oh, so that was 4:11. Yeah, 4:11 was Thursday, 4:12 was Friday. So we got started late. That's one thing that kind of, I just want everybody to come to these events, HEC and convention, as I've told the other individuals that went this year, and as they understand, there's only so much that you can try to explain on what to expect for these events, unless, but when you go there for yourselves, you see it all for yourself. Nothing has to be explained. But so 11:30, we opened up with the Ethiopian anthem. 11:35, President General gave a greeting. 11:40, Philadelphia Division 121 gave an official welcome. Sister Kashton and Sister Sema. 11:50, we went over the rules to govern HEC. 11:55, we were supposed to read the minutes from the previous HEC, but that got delayed at the time, and it actually never happened at all. And that's something that the Secretary General owes myself. I don't know if anybody else is asking for it, but she never provided the minutes from previous HEC. 12 o'clock, 4:51, Los Angeles. King Oji spoke. That's where I've got some reparations information, education, church, using the church for tax exempt purposes. But that was some of the things that King Oji spoke on. The theme of the HEC, if I don't know if it's in here. Yeah, I don't see it.
you passed it. I have to say it was the African thrival.
That's what they said here.
That was the theme of HEC.
Garvey.
Oh yeah, Garveyism, past, present, and future. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's it. But you did pass it.
Okay, thank you. So that was the theme. Future is bright. Future. Oh, that's something else. That was my own. come up with a culture that defines us. So King OG was talking about culture. 1220, Atlanta gave our report. Basically told them, we have been focusing on course of African philosophy since September, and Constitution study the previous month in preparation of HEC. That was the bulk of our report. 407 Detroit gave their report. Some of this stuff I can't repeat, so I need y'all to go there to see it. Those that went, we y'all know who the Detroit division was. Not saying anything, in particular, but we know who they were. They talked about Detroit Food Co-op, ROC model in Detroit for Food Network. So the ROC, everybody should be aware of the ROC that President General Michael Duncan owns. He spoke of trying to do some type of model like that in Detroit. He spoke on their Kwanzaa event in December. Yeah, I don't think he spoke on any particulars there. January, Clyde Banks, National Business League president. So I don't know where I was going there, but that's what Detroit talked about. Chicago 401. I don't have much for them. Basically, they mentioned rebuilding. They're focusing on rebuilding. That's one of our, if not, it's one of our oldest divisions, up there with Detroit 407. So they've gone through several phases, and right now they're focusing on rebuilding. New York 431, 432. One second, sorry. They're focusing on Marcus Garvey Parade. They're expecting 20,000 people. Three floats, one for elders. They mentioned some other things. East Jersey State Prison, they have a division, or they're working on a division there. Got 7 members. Rospective. So that's where that Rospective thing comes from. It's a Rastafarian group in the prison. May 5th, talked about something for Haile Selassie. I believe that's his, I don't know if that's his birthday, but they're doing something for that. And the question came up, what can prisoners do for the UNIA? That's just something that I wrote down for some reason. I don't know what the discussion was, or what the resolution of that was, but that had come up. July 20th, Southeast Queens Parade. So they're planning a parade for July 20th and August 17th. UNIA Math Academy, they're planning that in New York as well. Black Star Line Shipping and Travel, they talked about that, and the trips to Africa. 110. Okay, so that completed the New York report for the most part. 1:10 p.m. they did participant introductions, and it looks like I blacked out for a minute, or we went on a break for a minute, and then 3 o'clock end of lunch. So I guess we went into lunch and we came back at 3. HEC reports. So this was the High Chancellor gave his report. I'll give more details on our executive body meeting, but gave the reports for African Redemption Fund account and parent body account, how much we have put into the building over the years, kind of a breakdown year to year of the building up of the African Redemption Fund, who has given funds, honor donors at Garvey Parade. So they're planning to honor the donors at Garvey Parade. They said we need $300,000. I and the Rock. $300,000. I believe the parent by or President General is talking about making a loan of $300,000 to the building in Philadelphia for its restoration. And we talked about how to protect the loan for a new administration briefly. And I wrote again, 317, loan money to the UNIA. President General has re-emphasized the intent to loan money to the UNIA. 321, question came up, is there a loan? It's clarified that there is a lien. July 2018, $100,000 lien was taken out. Money spent by the UNIA. It's over $100,000 spent by the UNIA on the building. They broke down some of those payments. Outstanding balance. Parent body account. A lot of things good. We aren't gonna deny what is good. I don't know. So I've got a line from President General 343. A lot of things good. We aren't gonna deny what is good. I don't know where I was going. 409, lien again. We talked about that for the parent body. Division 121 should own the building, I believe, is what that was going. Parent body, another lien. President General talked about another lien from the parent body, taking out another lien, basically. Paperwork for lien to the parent body. No insurance on the building. And that's all I got for Thursday. Anything?
Question on Thursday.
Yes.
You said that there's $100,000 lien on the building. Who owns the lien?
Council General, do you know the answer to these questions?
Yeah, the parent body owns the lien.
That's not making no sense to me. Because the parent body always worked with the division in the past. Now, how is the parent body gonna say, well, we have $100,000 lien on the building?
Yeah, and, excuse me, and let me put a slash there. Also, the HEC.
Did the HEC put $100,000 into the building?
Correct. I think they authorized. Yes. And that's my understanding, and that happened before I got on board.
Because did they take the money that the divisions was contributing and put it and say that this is our lien on the building? So what happened to the funds that divisions were contributing?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's the case, that's where they got the money from. Let me say what my understanding is, and I could be wrong, but one of the companies, Rock, you spoke of, I don't know if the Consul General put some money in, and the first assistant president general, I believe, also contributed it, make contributions, but they made it in the name of the HEC parent body. So that's my understanding.
That makes more sense. And you said Council General, I think you meant President General and First Assistant President General.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So it sounds like they made contribution or made payments in the name of parent body and HEC.
Consul General, the difference, through your attorney, and I know you're not a real estate attorney, but the difference between when the building did not have a lien and now the building has a lien, can you elaborate a little bit more on that difference? Like, if something was to happen to the property, then what would happen?
Well, you know, the lien holders, if something were to happen, the lien holders would be able to recover if there is anything to recover. And yeah, they're the first ones, you know, to be paid off, paid back, yeah, from any monies left over. And why there was a need for the lien, I'm not certain. I can only give you my impressions from what I've heard. The leadership there in Philadelphia had crumbled. And there were some outstanding taxes and other expenses to run a building like that. And so that's about as much as I know. I can speak on that.
Yes, I
Question.
wonder, now come the funds contributed by the different divisions. Why didn't that become part of the lien? And only the HEC, what they contributed was part of the lien, but not what everybody else contributed.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question. Do I know?
Okay, y'all. This seems like we're going to be in problems with our headquarters in the future.
Yeah, Ross, there are some questions that I don't know necessarily the answers to. Even in the aspect of, they said that $127,000 has been spent on the building. We took out $100,000 lien, so there's still the excess is kind of at in jeopardy. So that's why we're going to take out another lien. But I don't know where these funds have gone outside of the roof and what we just did recently. And I don't know the situation as far as the ownership. So I do think we have some questions of clarification. That's the best way I can say it.
I guess, hi, this is Shantae. So questions that a financial statement would be able to answer. So do we have published financial statements at that level to explain these capital investments? I mean, it is important to have resources such as a building, but there is a thing in transparency and accounting, especially when it comes to this type of organization. We're not talking about a private person. This is an organization. So there should be some transparency in accounting. So I just wonder why there has not been any formal financial statements to illustrate where these funds are coming from and how they're being invested or divested. Race first.
Race first. Thank you, Sister Shantae. Give me a moment to.
Can I comment on that? Greetings, Sister Shantae. I just want to say information has been delegated amongst the membership, well, amongst the president, the high executives. They do have these conversations. It is an ongoing conversation. It's not nothing that is I want to say resolved or anything, but you were saying that there should be literature, there should be statements, financial statements and things of that sort. You can go to the President General Duguay. I think he's the overseer of stuff like that. And when we went to HEC, he says that he does post stuff like that. And if anybody has information or wants information about it, then we're free to contact him.
Yes.
But yeah. And so that's the thing. So there are accounting laws that govern organizations, and it's just important as an organization. I'm just saying this because I see this a lot with corporate risk. If your financial statements are not in order, it puts your organization at financial risk, period. Because there are just accounting expectations that are given to you by the IRS. And, so there's just that piece, right? So there's the governance piece. And then that's just the transparency piece that belongs to the membership. Now that information should be posted without having to go look for it. It should be on a website, should be updated annually whenever the physical year is over. And there also should be quarterly statements because those are accounting principles that are set. And it could come back and cause risk to any organization that's not following it in the future.
Thank you, Sister Shante. And you are correct. And I think I may have I spoke in ignorance a little bit. So we have received those documents. As far as them being publicly accessible, I can't say that that is the case. I don't think it's put anywhere on our online or anything like that. But I do recall at previous gatherings, there were handouts that were given out, and I don't know if y'all can see, but I got this one here. This is from 2022. So I should have one from last year, and I should have gotten one this year. They did mention they weren't able to print these out for whatever reason, and that's no excuse. But this does give a breakdown of where the funds have gone, and up until 2022, this shows $78,000 being spent, and it shows like where it went. So there is a level of accounting. I think the accessibility of it could probably be better, but yeah, that would be my stance on that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Great question though. Any other questions on the reports or accounting from Thursday? Okay. Oh. Okay. So that was Thursday. Thursday, I kind of just it's supposed to just be focused on reports, what's been going on, what each of the divisions have been doing since we met at convention. Takes us to Friday. Again, open at 11 a.m. So per schedule, we're supposed to open at 8. I think I got 11 a.m., 10:57 a.m. We open. Sister Basima spoke on Million Woman March. 11 a.m. Raymond Duguay opened Saturday, August 17th. He talked about the parade again. Invitation to convention. 4 minutes later, 4th Assistant President General, Brother Quahir Asar Khan, spoke. He is his main responsibilities right now are the African Legion and Black Cross nurses. His focus, as he said, is parade in New York, making that successful. Talking about uniforms for the parade, historic Universal African Legion uniform from 1950. There was a original that was at Philadelphia that they looked at and just kind of spoke to, but he obviously spoke about updating it. Universal African Legion meetings every third Friday. So brothers, we should be looking out for Universal African Legion meeting invitation every third Friday of every month. They're trying to make that more regular. And we also spoke on Black Cross Nurses meeting. They just had a quarterly meeting a little while back. I'm not sure as to the regularity of the Black Cross nurse meetings, but I know at least they will be meeting quarterly, if not more. Lady President, do you have anything on, is it quarterly for Black Cross nurses right now, or have they discussed monthly or anything like that? Lady President, you there?
I'm sorry, yes, President, I'm here. Could you repeat that?
Was there any? I've got in my notes the Black Cross nurses, and I know they just had a quarterly meeting. Was there any discussion of having a more regular monthly meeting, or are they sticking to the quarterly meetings for right now?
Well, I was going to touch on that in my report, but I'll do that then.
Okay.
But to answer your question, they're doing it more quarterly. As far as the high executive portion of the Black Cross nurses go, they're just going to do that every so often. That's not a reoccurring thing. It's more of stuff for the divisions to do it more often than them. So like I said, I'll touch into that part division wise in my report.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, Lady President. Race first. That took us to 11:30. Someone, I don't know who was saying, but youth don't want theory. So it sounds like President Duncan and The Rock. So I got a couple notes there. We are here. I don't know where I was going there. The Rock builds for the UNIA, 4 restaurants, Jamaica Breeze, Rock, grocery store, Jamaican family practice, Rock. Someone mentioned how to differentiate the Rock and the Jamaica Breeze. So there's a lot of discussion about President General's restaurants. Raised $300,000. So I think that's where the concept of President General mentioning taking out a loan from the Rock for $300,000. This is my understanding. I don't know if everyone else has the same understanding, and I don't know if that's been documented or anything, but it's just what I heard on the floor. To continue to call upon lenders to keep funding, protect our lenders. So Council General spoke on a solution to protect our members regarding secured promissory note signed by the President General. And second document was an open-end mortgage and security. No interest on a promissory note. Lenders get first mortgage filed in Department of Records, City of Philadelphia. Yeah, and the parent body owns the lien. So that was Council General. Anything that you want to say on that? It sounds like I think that was your report, Council General's report on Friday. Attorney Imhotep.
No, other than I did speak on by giving credit to Brother President Ross Marvin, the 5 requirements to become a government.
Yes, sir.
And that was well received, as it should have been. A lot of people didn't know. One of the questions I got was, what was a plebiscite?
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was just great to be there.
Thank you, Council General. Continuing, looks like around 3:30. This is interesting. I didn't know I went this far on Friday. I thought, also it was Saturday? I don't know. I've got 3:30 on Friday, 3rd Assistant President General, Head of Education, everybody on the same page. He spoke about the parent body orientation. So everyone should have been getting the Saturday invitations to parent body orientation. Yesterday was the 2nd week. Next week will be the 3rd week, but I'm trying to send that out regularly. It should be a 15-week course, but it's an orientation course that's being provided by the parent body to all divisions to kind of keep us on the same page. Leadership needs to be certified. Spoke on Atlanta. Education Committee documents, the need for documents, talents, abilities, and gifts. So sounded like President Ross sounded like your STIR, skills, talents, and intelligence revolution. Brother Charles is looking at something called tags, talents, abilities, and gifts, but documenting these skills and developing these skills. Legion, Black Cross Nurses, African Motor Corps, communication, email. That's all I got. All right, yeah, that was 3rd Assistant PG. Takes us to 3:49. Secretary General. She didn't have hers was very short. She just said updating divisions information. But everyone should know what our Secretary General is doing. She's keeping our records and keeping things organized. In 350, we got to our President General, and this was kind of where I lost my notes. President General is asking divisions for reports. He wasn't. So for 421, when that question came up, we were good. We are not a delinquent division in regards to our report, so that was not focused at us. But he made a comment about divisions making their reports and making their reports on time. We have to sacrifice for the UNIA. Talked about how our elders held on to the UNIA, double and triple our commitment, increased membership, helping race first. He spoke about growing up in Jamaica, spoke about jokes about Haitians and Jamaicans. Then he started talking about two members, talking about Black people in the UNIA and a concern of Jamaicans taking over the UNIA. He went into a Jamaican American disagreements. Race first, build the UNIA, make it strong. No platform for people who are not race first. Going forward. Somebody got echo.
I'm sorry. Could you back up a little bit?
Yes.
You said that there was discussion about Jamaican taking it for the UNIA on the floor of this meeting.
Okay, let me you got some rough feedback, Sister Shantae, but come off mute as soon as I finish speaking. You can respond. In regards to that comment, so our President General Michael Duncan is from Jamaica. He is a Jamaican, and he was kind of just giving some of his backstory growing up. Our first Assistant President General is Haitian, so he kind of went into some of the jokes between Haitians and Jamaicans. But then he went into some more personal things about I guess some things that people have told him personally, and some people have told him that, with him being the head of the UNIA and him being a Jamaican, that there was an expression of a concern that Jamaicans were taking over the UNIA. It's fairly ridiculous, but it is what it is. It was stated on the floor. So, Sister Shantae.
She's responding in the chat.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed in this organization, and I spend a lot of time, interacting with people Africans throughout the diaspora, and I am so deeply disappointed that this would even be entertained at the level that we're currently in. Well, we need to always focus on Afro. If you're African, if you're from Jamaica, West Indies, Africa, America, UK, if you're of African descent, we need you in this organization. And until the UNIA reach the point where we are inclusive of our own people, I cannot be a part of this organization. God bless you.
Thank you, Sister Shantae. Anyone else? Any questions, comments?
I was about to say before the sister logged off. Well, to everybody else that's on the call, I will respond to that. Right now, President John is our divisional president, and he is our regional commissioner. We are just giving you all the updates of what happens at HEC. Now, this is not all of the works that are being done. We're just giving you all the update on the discussions. Now, HEC is primarily a place where we come and we network. We see the updates of other divisions. We check on what our brother and sister divisions are doing, and we catch up with we catch up to where we are constitutionally together. So to respond to the sister before she left, because that we don't like. I mean, me personally, as your lady president, and to the sisters, we don't have many of you. So I will want you to stay strong and to just not leave, because, I understand working with anything with a lot of things, it becomes frustrating. But divisional, this is what's, you have to understand, HEC is what we deal with, and we come together and we talk about things nationally, what we're doing divisionally. What's important is what we do here divisionally and where we are. A lot of this stuff I wanted to say during my report, but I didn't expect for it to escalate and the sister to leave. And I definitely don't want any of you either to leave. We can't stand to lose any other members right now. Because of misunderstandings and because of just miscommunication and miseducation. I strongly suggest that to understand the UNIA is to continue to be in the UNIA and to be engaged in the UNIA, and not to just take one sitting and take that as forever, because that's not true. That is not the absolute what the UNIA stands for. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff I'm going to get into in my report, but I just want to say that stay strong, keep your heads up, and don't just, don't be discouraged, because it's a lot to do and we have a lot to cover, and we can't do everything overnight. It's a process to this, and please trust the plus. We are all working, but like I said, I'm getting into a lot of stuff into my report, and I'll touch on that. But don't leave the meeting, y'all. Wait till the meeting is over before you make your decisions. Race first. You got it, President.
Race first. Thank you. I got you, brother Eric. Give me a minute. And yes, I mean, thank you, Lady President. But at the end of the day, we are the government of the UNIA-ACL. And as Lady President said, we need to be tough. This is just a report. And if the report itself is causing that much of an issue, then you could never be in the room when these things are actually happening, because you wouldn't be able to handle it. So again, Brother Eric, I did want to call on you for a moment, because just to recap, Attorney General, if Counsel General, am I repeating this story wrong the way President General gave it? Am I misrepresenting how the story was given, or am I being accurate and it is what it is?
Well, just a little background. The President General has previously stated that several people had come to him and told him about the anti-Jamaican sentiments there, and I got the impression President General was thinking maybe that's part of why he was getting a lot of the slack that he's getting there, and there was something. Well, and then the first Assistant President General Duguay chimed in and said, "Well, look, hey, I'm not from Jamaica. I'm from Haiti, and so we don't know where that's coming from, and it was really regrettable to hear that." My thoughts is those are the sentiments of some people. Yeah, they're thinking the Jamaicans are taking over, and so we have a lot of problems. There's so many different divisions calling themselves the UNIA, ACL. So this problem, so it's, and I believe it's not unreal, made up, that people have those thoughts, and that's what in part what the President General has been getting, the flack he's been getting here. No, I don't think it's imagined, and it's not. I disagree. It's not ridiculous that people can think that way and express their opinions and actions accordingly. So, and unfortunately, I guess the sister left. I don't know got her name. I think she understood here. No, that's not the sentiments. Just that we got a lot of problems.
Right, right, yeah.
I don't know if she misunderstood or she was just being negative. I think I don't know. I think everybody else understood that it was raised.
Right.
Nobody else reacted right there.
Thank you, Brother Chisoro. Yes. All right. Well, let me get back to the report. I'm almost finished, but again, these were some sentiments raised by the President General during his report. So we do try to be transparent, and I know there's a balance between transparency and giving too much sensitive information, but I didn't think that was a sensitive point. So I'll continue. Jamaican and American disagreements was raised by President General. That sentiment, race first, build the UNIA, make it strong. No platform for the people who are not race first. So he's saying the UNIA is not going to be a platform for people that are not race first. And those that were at HEC, we know. So President General speaking of not providing a platform for anyone outside of our UNIA is really what he's saying. Going forward, settle the business here before going forward. He spoke about gave an opportunity to work with leadership. And the last thing that I wrote, and y'all got to forgive me, was, and those that were there, process to updating the HEC. President General spoke to that, and the last thing that he said, and I put my notebook down and I didn't write anything else, was how he interpreted the constitutional review of 5 years. So he was stating that we weren't going to review any amendments or resolutions this year, and we weren't going to review any resolutions and amendments until 2026, based on 5-year requirement. And for me, that is the main reason why we went to HEC. It is good to see everybody. It's good to see the building, but again, we are a government, and we know there's processes and procedures in order to stay in alignment with the laws of our government. So if there's something that we want to do or an idea that we have, we can't just run out and do it on our own, even if it's not perceived well if we do that. So we try to follow the process to have our concerns heard, if there are concerns that deal with Constitution, we take our time to write those out. If it's resolution, we take our time to write those out. But the fact that those items were not being heard, I had a big issue with that, and I stopped taking notes at that point. Any questions or comments on Friday? No questions, comments on Friday. Okay, I'll jump into Saturday.
Yes, question, comment,
Yes.
President John. Why did the parent body establish a resolution committee if none of the resolutions were going to be submitted or accepted?
Good question.
Because we didn't have because he didn't order a constitution committee. It's a difference. He had a resolution committee, but he didn't assign a constitution committee. So there was no way for him to review the constitutions without a constitution committee because he didn't establish one. So,
in my opinion, we got played when we've been getting played for years.
I mean, that was a tacky game, but that was a tacky chess move, but it's all good. But let's not focus on that, President. Let's move forward.
Well, no,
But the resolution, so no resolutions were discussed?
Well, hold on. President Ross raised the initial question. Mama Mina, we got you up next. President Ross, was your question answered?
Yes, thank you, Lady President. So basically, we got an okie doke. We set up a resolution committee that it wasn't going to go no place because there was no constitutional committee. All right, so we
Yes,
just
sir.
ended up wasting our time on that.
Not really. Nope. Let me tell you, and I'll say why.
Talk to me.
Because at the end of the day, we still had the chance to present what our issue was. I know I did. I mean, and to be real, it seemed like mine was the only one of the focus, the whole HEC. But I'm not gonna go there. But but the point of the matter is the issues were heard. And just like you say, President Ross, it's about doing the works. So they heard what we said. They did acknowledge what we said, and they did make comments, even though they could not, by Constitution, cannot stop what we doing. They didn't even want to acknowledge what we're doing. So we are going to continue to do the works. And in that way, we're going to keep down, the debacle and the bickering, because there's no need in being, and bickering with one another when we're doing the works and we're getting the numbers and we're getting the funds and whoop to whoop. Honestly, I really don't want my division to even trouble their little hearts over what happened at HEC, because what's important is our division and what we do in the Southeast region, where our jurisdiction is. We can't work. We're not. Our focus as Division 421 and as President John being the commissioner over the Southeast region, that is our main goal, is to build up the Southeast, Commission 5, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina. That's our focus. That is our focus, and that's where our numbers come in, and that's where our strength is. We cannot validate our value from what they are saying up top, because they're not down here. They're not really too much concerned. The only concerns that they have is pretty much political and business wise, what we show on paper. The rest of it is petty and it's really antiquated. It's an antiquated sentiments that they're giving, honestly. So we cannot focus on how they felt or really what even they said, because really they didn't even choose to acknowledge anything on the resolution except for the one that I presented, and that's just to be real. But I just want to say to the membership, I'm just really waiting to get to my time. But I don't want y'all to really worry about what happened. We just giving you an update, a recap of what happened. But please don't hold this to, don't put this in your hearts, and don't, have a hard thought about the UNIA-ACL, because it's going to come. I'm going to bring it back around when my turn to talk, but I just want to say that. Race first.
Race first. Thank you, Lady President. Point of clarification to Ross. When you say they heard it, leadership, President General, some members of High Council heard it, and we were able to kind of speak to them directly. But the purpose of these meetings are to have the floor make a judgment. So we're supposed to be able to present our issues to the entire body, and then have the body weigh in on if we're right or wrong. So we were able to speak to leadership, but the general membership may not have necessarily known what was going on.
So in other words, we just gonna keep working, President Ross. Race first.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. President Ross, anything else?
Not at this moment. Once we finish, there's one thing, but go ahead, Mama Mina.
Mama Mina?
No, I just want a clarification. But I agree with our sister, then we just need to do what we need to do here locally. And that suffice for the moment.
Yeah. Trying to find some paperwork. No, I have it. So yes, that is, and coming back from HEC, we were already as a delegation trying to get our minds shifted back into local. And one of the best ways that we can do that, focus local amongst our officers, is through our bylaws. So we'll continue to talk about that. Officers, make sure we have a grasp of our bylaws and we're ready come this upcoming executive meeting to, get regrounded locally. So Any other questions before I proceed to Saturday of HEC? Okay. Saturday was the last business day of HEC. So after the amendments and resolutions were omitted from the agenda, the only thing that was left from a business standpoint, from a priority standpoint for me, was proposals and items of concern. So there were proposals that were able to be presented and voted on. I don't recall anything major that was approved to go to convention. Does anybody recall anything significant that was voted on?
Didn't vote on anything. That was it.
That's where I was kind of going, because somebody asked me that. They said, "What made it to convention?" And I told them, I don't think anything made it to convention. So that's kind of the point. And Lady President, that's I think that's kind of where Ross is going with the experience. That's that divide that we have between local and national. We are local and we are going to do our thing locally. But how do we address corrections on a national level? And HEC and convention was supposed to be the way to do that, but with the way things are going right now, as convention will show, there's nothing that's going to be on the agenda for the body to vote on other than the election itself. Any closing questions on HEC before we move to our next item? But that is a recap of High Executive Council. At the end, the big takeaway for me, nothing, there will be no voting, there will be nothing to vote on at convention other than the offices of High Executive Council. And I don't know if that was their intention, but that is the reality. Okay. If there aren't any questions, I will proceed. I'll proceed.
Yes, one more question, President John.
Yes.
Was there any discussion at the HEC in reference to the trustees of the headquarters? Was there any progress on that discussion?
So, okay, no, and the reason is it was written up as a resolution. So the fact that that concern was written as a resolution, leadership said that resolutions cannot be addressed until 2026. So there was no discussion.
Wow. That's real sad.
So that's what I'm saying. Like there's supposed to be a process to address concerns. Right now, it seems as though, well, outside of proposals, but anything related to amendments or resolutions is being limited to only being discussed once every 5 years.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I do see what President General mentioned.
Couple pictures from inside of the international headquarters. So President General, obviously, this is him again, and First Assistant President General next to him. This brother here is Third Assistant President General, Brother Charles. This brother facing the other way, this is our Fourth Assistant President General, Brother Quahir. Brother in the background is Minister of Education and President of New York Division 431, 432, Brother Oster. And he was giving out certificates for individuals that completed the orientation. So this is myself and Brother Anthony outside of the headquarters. Attorney Imhotep, Counsel General, and Sister Basima out of Philadelphia. Lady President, I didn't get the picture with you on the outside. This is Brother Kabir from Philadelphia and President of Division 407, Brother Lamar, and that's Dr. Kuda in the background, and obviously myself reading the Constitution. So with that, we will jump into reports. Lady President, if you would like first. Lady President, you there?
Racehorse family. Just go ahead and just jump into my report. And I really just wanted to wait until I came till it was my turn to talk, but it was so many issues that had to be addressed. Again, I am your Lady President. I am Sister Ra Ebony Ashley of UNIA-ACL and the Julius Nair CBPM Division 421 Atlanta, Georgia. I done said so much. So I'm just gonna recap of everything that I've been kind of like jumping in and saying. Our job is to do the work, y'all. Our job is to do the works. If we can't, like I said before, we can't be discouraged about any of the things that's going on up top. Okay, so beyond that, we're gonna handle some business back at home. Black Cross nurses. Let's get into it. I was actually, and that's another thing about corresponding with the higher ups. They don't get back until you in time to get any type of information. So it's always good that we do what we have to do and back ourselves up, because we cannot wait for somebody else to save our souls. We should be in the motions of saving our own. So with that being said, we will conduct Black Cross nurses. I will send this correspondence into President. I will give you this stuff. Like I said, I was waiting on the logos and like pictures. I was waiting for information so that I could put the brochures together so I could have it ready for here, but I didn't hear back from the higher ups with that information. So I will have that for you in time. But the first and third Fridays, 8 o'clock, I will send out that too. We will have Black Cross Nurses meetings. We will have that. And we will continue to have that. And that's where we will have updates about what current events and was going on medically, what's going on with people. We'll have nurses that will come and talk. We will have events that will be coming up with that will be in the Black Cross Nurses department. It's so much into that, but I just want to put that on the table that we will be having meetings the first and third Fridays of each month, starting next month, starting in May. So we'll have those discussions then. Also, in my report, like I said before, it's all about the works. I have been networking. And my thing is too, let me get into this part because it's so many things that I want to talk to you all about, but I don't want to overwhelm you all with the politics of the UNA. I want you all to because the most important part that you all as constituents is to continue to support, is to continue to bring in the ideas. Let us know what you are doing so we can share it abroad, so we can continue to commune together and unite together and fellowship with one another and build that strong bondage together. Like I said before, disagreements are going to happen. That's inevitable. It happens, that's just life. So, but when it happens, that doesn't mean that we run, we turn, or we leave. We stand and we face it, and we continue to stand. We find a solution in all of that. Your division is what is most important. What we do here in Atlanta and in Florida and where else, South Carolina, I don't know if we even branched out that far to do actual works, like actual projects out there, but in Atlanta, it is started here. And we do have things that we are going on here. So we need you to be encouraged and to be focused on that. And then once we build ourselves up here as a division, then we'll be able to have those national discussions to where we can get on those boards, and we'll be able to create those boards or those committees and such, and do it in a proper timing stamp. You understand? So it's all about a way that you do things, and it's all about a way how things are conducted. My biggest thing is the Black Cross nurses right now, because that is where a lot of our events and all of our funding is going to come from. But like I said, that is something that's a whole can of worms within itself. And I would like to invite each and every one of you. This is not just for the women, even though the women will be the main components of these auxiliaries, but they are not closed off to everyone. So I would like to invite everyone to come to these. Like I said, I will get all that information to President in time. Like I said, I was waiting on the information from up top, but I haven't received it. So I'm going to go out and get it myself. So it's just going to take a little bit more time, but it's on the way nonetheless. We have so many things that we are doing here in Atlanta. Atlanta is a magical place, and all types of doors are open for us to do. I have been working, and I have been networking, and I have been talking to people and shaking hands, and it's a beautiful place. Like the UNIA-ACL is a beautiful place, and it's full of beautiful, professional, Black, excellent people. And I'm talking about they are doing the worst, and they are getting it. I'm talking about they are getting it. And all they need, they're doing the works, and they want the people to benefit off the works. So here in Atlanta, that is what we're going to do. We are going to go back to the Amanala. We are going to go back to the shop, and y'all going to come back. That is our Liberty Hall. That is where we meet. That is where that is where information is given. If we can't give it to you digitally, you can meet us at the Amanala Grill, and you can get it in a physical form. All information, from the brochures to the if you want to pay it in cash, if you want to pay your membership fees in cash, if you just need to know where are more Africans, if you need a place to meet Africans, that is the Amanala Grill, and that is our Liberty Hall here at Division 421. But that's all I really wanted to say. I really don't even want to really talk on too much of the HEC stuff, because that's really, I feel like we're just giving y'all an update, and that's really for the high execs, me, myself, Lady President, President John, the Treasurer, and Vice President. That's nothing for y'all to really be like overwhelmed about. There's nothing at all, because that's whatever we discuss up there, it doesn't hold in, it's not going to stop any works that we're doing down here. If you are, like I said, to people like President Ross, Treasurer Ross, and to other people who are donating funds, as a Lady President, then I could stand for this when it comes to, of course, not to stand in my president's way. Of course, I won't ever do that. But my suggestion to be that we don't send any funds for those projects up there, because we have projects of our own, and we have plenty of projects. And y'all know I give you projects, I give you events, I'm gonna give you something to do. We gonna unite as a people. As long as I'm sitting in this office, we're gonna unite as a people, and we're gonna do what we have to do. And that's all I wanted to really put in. I really wanted to, put in, tell my people, tell everybody on this call, just don't get discouraged, stay around. I know it was high vibrational for myself as well. Of course I got, I got in my feelings a little bit too, but at the end of the day, I had to understand this is not about me personally. This is not about them personally. This is about everybody. This is about every Negro around the world, because all of you live through me. I live through y'all, y'all live through me. So I can't run from y'all. This is my divine calling. This is my career. But even if I wasn't doing this, I'd be doing this in another capacity. But this is what I do. And so like a comment said, you gotta have guts for this. Yeah, the first opposition, or the first time somebody says no, that can't be that can't be, even if they play it shady. You just got to go back to the drawing board and know how to come back around. That's all it is you play the game how it goes, and you can't be a sore loser, or you can't be mad at the play they made. Don't be mad. Don't be a player hater. Don't be a player hater. Okay. So I just wanted to express that to y'all. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna love each other. We're gonna embrace each other. And if that's why there are positions. So when you don't think something is going right, you can come and talk to me. You can come and talk to president, but let us handle it from there so we can maintain the order. That's all I'm going to ask on that part. Just come to us and let us handle that part, and we'll try to keep the order and what's going on. But other than that, don't sweat your minds. We're going to continue to have fun. We're going to continue to love each other. We're going to continue tonight. We're going to continue to build Black nationalism. We're going to continue in our liberation. We're going to continue to stand for each other. We're going to continue to fight, because that's all it is. We can't give up on each other. We got to keep taking each other serious, and we can't give up this fight. Race first. Peace and love to each and every one of y'all. And I'm so happy to serve you as your lady president. Race first.
Race first. Excellent job, Lady President. Anyone have any questions for our Lady President?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, President Ross.
Lady President, I know you said that the Black Cross Nurses meeting is going to be on Friday night, the 1st and the 3rd, Fridays of the month. What time are those meetings supposed to be?
8 o'clock.
Okay. The CBPM Administration Department has been meeting on the 1st Friday of the month since last November. So that's going to conflict.
They could just make the next, people that are involved in the CBPM, they can just make, it's okay, they can just make the next, they can make the next meeting, because I want this to be not just for CBPM members, but I want this to be for everyone. I want, because we have at the UNIA side, our Monday, Wednesday, well, I don't know about Mondays. Well, I can be open to Mondays.
The reason why I say that is because Fridays at 8 o'clock is already taken by the CBPM Administration Department.
Okay,
So
well,
Lady President, and President Ross, what he's talking about is the Zoom. We only have this one Zoom, so they're using the Zoom on Friday at 8 for CBPM administration. So our Zoom wouldn't be available, is where he's going.
Just on the 1st Friday of the month, just on the 1st Friday of the month.
okay. Okay. Well, okay.
Can we just move? Can we do 2nd and 4th? Or is that you already locked in the 1st and 3rd?
We could do the 2nd.
2nd and 4th, fine.
2nd and 4th Friday.
No, I really want to come in first of the month, honestly. Okay. Boom.
Monday is available. Yeah, Monday is available.
Okay, I'll check back with the date, but I do want to. I'll check back with the day, but my goal is to do the 1st and the 3rd week of the month.
Thursdays, the 1st and the 3rd is available because the business meetings 2nd and 4th on Thursdays. So the 1st and the 3rd is available on Thursdays.
President John, I'll get with President John, and I'll go through the scheduling with them. I don't want to take up too much time on that, but yes, sir.
One other thing with the Zoom, since you're dealing with the scheduling with the Zoom, Wednesday at 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, it's taken at that time too.
I was going to suggest that I don't have to use the CBPM and UNIA Zoom. I can open up my own Zoom if that's okay, or do I need to use this Zoom for other reasons?
No, you don't need to use, you can create a Zoom or use your Zoom. That's nothing wrong with it. But I was just mentioning that the current Zoom that we use is taken on Friday at 8 and Wednesday at 8.
Okay, no problem. I'll just create my own Zoom and pay for that little membership thing, and we'll go from there, because that is important. So yeah, but I will definitely get with President John, and I will render out a flyer so everyone can have it in their emails, and you can save it on your calendars and stuff like that. But it will be the 1st and the 3rd week, but it will be confirmed when I talk this over with President. But still be encouraged and be excited about it, because it's going down. Race first.
Race first.
Thank you, Lady President. Any other questions for Lady President? Lady President, I did have a question, but I think we'll discuss it more amongst our executive body. But it's just that the balance between local and national. Yeah, it's just if we if everything around us falls apart, but we're doing well locally, is that a good thing?
How is it a bad thing? When we are doing what we're supposed to do, they should be following the leader. I mean, they should be following the suit. Like I've expressed to the membership on many occasions, our job is to do what we're supposed to do at all times. If they're not doing what they're supposed to do, they're supposed to at least say, oh, what they do. This is what they do. They look at Division 421 and say, man, they're really doing it. Man, Division 421 is really doing it. So why can't they follow a suit? And instead of trying to break us down or tear it down in a sense, or mentally be combative, no, we're not going to acknowledge those type of sentiments. We're not going to engage in those type of sentiments. We're not going to do any of those things. What we're going to continue to do, we're going to continue to work. We're going to knock that dirt off our shoulders, and we're going to continue to work. If they want to build their divisions, they will step to us and they will come. And honestly, that is the biggest that was the biggest part for HEC for me. If I didn't appreciate anything else, it was the networking and the fellowship of my active brothers and sisters divisions. So regardless of the politics, I had the time to touch bases with our brothers and sisters about different divisions. We definitely got more acquainted and more comfortable with each other, to where we are sharing information, to where we are sharing what we're doing in events and stuff like that. So if we're doing our job fully, they shouldn't fall unless they're not doing what we suggested for them to do, or they're not following our structure or whatever. But other than that, we can only focus on home and go from there. So race first.
Thank you, Lady President. All right, well, they'll take care of our Lady President. President Ross, did you want to give a report from Treasurer standpoint? President Ross, you there? You're on mute.
Thanks. I was on mute. I didn't realize it. Yes, I definitely want to give a report. And I don't know if this meeting will be put on Zoom. I mean, put on YouTube. But I don't know if you want to pause it during my report.
You're doing financial stuff?
I'll be giving financial information.
You giving like exact information? Go ahead, Ross.
All right, baby, I will.
Okay, baby. Yes, President John. I definitely want to do the treasury report. If anything, you can edit it before it's put on YouTube.
Yeah,
I don't think that our financial information should go up there.
I agree.
Okay, give thanks. I just want to double check before I bring that to your attention.
It's making it difficult because now I got to find this part in the video and take it out. But go ahead, you fine.
Okay, greetings, brothers and sisters. Saras Marvin. I am our treasurer, and I'm going to give our financial accounting according to our bank account from the last. Hold on, I just was logged in. I got to log in. Go ahead and bring somebody before me, President John.
Well, sure. Brother Macias, can you buy our treasurer some time? First Vice President, Brother Macias, you there? Brother Macias. Okay, Attorney Imhotep, did you want to share anything for legal defense counsel general standpoint?
Nothing from the Counsel General standpoint, other than I'm recruiting all members who want to participate in the Malcolm X Grassroots Festival. We will have a booth there, and I put my number in the chat. It's a 2-day festival. I'm sure many people have attended, and we just need people to man the booth. And we have a lot of work to do. It's just about 3 weeks left before the festival. So we need to get to work here on our representation. Again, this is an effort to get new members and a membership drive. And it'd be good that people finally, see the UNIA there among all the other organizations. And so we're hoping to have some success there over the 2 days. So my number's in the chat. Please give me a call, text me if you can help volunteer. Thank you. Race first.
And where's that gonna be?
That's at the West End Park.
Okay,
Yeah, right down the street from the Omanala Griot.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be there, Attorney Motep. Yeah, thank you for coordinating that. And I will, at the executive meeting, I would like for this team that's working on Malcolm X Day, once we get through Malcolm X Day, if we can shift focus to Garvey Day and put some energy and time into Garvey Day as well. But I'm with you, Attorney Motep. I'm on board, and I definitely want to make sure we have a good showing for Malcolm X Day in 3 weeks. So thank you for that effort and for those that have been helping Attorney Motep. Okay, we will proceed. Brother Eric, are you there?
Yes.
Anything you want to share from third vice president standpoint?
Nothing that wouldn't take too long, honestly. The only thing from no. I have the presentation from before, which is kind of like a report, and it goes over some other stuff. So I don't know how much time you wanted to take up. If you're asking for comments, then
Can you run through that in
Yeah,
under,
yeah.
can you run through that in under 10 minutes? Well, are you ready, prepared today to run through it?
I'm. Oh wait, yes, yeah.
If I pull it up, could you talk through the slides?
I have an updated version for public that would be better to use.
Can
You want me to
you
share my screen or send you this new one?
I'll let you share your screen. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. All it's okay.
I made you co-host, so you have authority. Sharing my stuff.
Kind of backwards.
Everyone can see.
Yes, we can see your screen.
It's not like buffering or anything, is it?
No, but the way you created it, audience could think it's written. We're seeing it backwards, but
Oh, that's okay. It's just the title page. That's fine. But this is the report from this is the notes generally from what I personally took and am choosing to apply from having gone to HEC, basically. So there were a couple. It's okay. These are the important ones, I think. Just a couple. I chose 4 of them. This is the first thing is that one of the things that we took to you guys kind of went over it. They cut half of what it was supposed to be, and of the things that were in the part that got pushed to the side a little bit was this one here. It says local division programs, including training programs, can be shared with other divisions of the UNIA-ACL through the Office of the Secretary General. So that was something that somebody wanted to add, like, I don't want to say permission, but this was something that was brought and was told no, right? But something that was, another thing that we're saying in you know, it's kind of different being there and hearing it from a second, you know, second hand. But something that President General said was, he said, proof of the pudding. He said, the proof in the pudding is in the taste of it. So when everybody was sitting there asking, hey, is this program okay? Is this program okay? Is this one okay? Can we do this? Hey, we want to make this change. He's saying that, like, if he's following the Constitution, then those are the rules. So you know, don't break the Constitution and don't circumvent, don't go all the way around. And that was the point of that one. I wanted to bring that around because I feel like that was missed, kinda, as you know, maybe in delivery, somebody left earlier. So, you know, I think that's something that got lost in translation. Don't break the Constitution, though, was very important. So if something doesn't break it, then, you know, it's fine. Don't circumvent. Okay, another thing was our, like, bringing it back home for our stuff is our ID cards. Personally, just what I did separately, I've only been here about almost a year come Garvey Day, but you know, I slip into what I do normally, which is, you know, I do that regularly. But the ID cards, Garvey Day isn't the only day that we're supposed to do that. We were talking about Malcolm X Day just now, I think. So, you know, that's something we have still. That's not really something I hear brought up a lot of the time. It's more like events and like the bigger things, but the stuff we bring to it is also important. You know what I mean? Last year I think we had one booth that was, I think, the Legion. And then there was ours, which had the IDs and, like, you know, signing up and all of that. And the only thing other than that was the fact that we were the ones on the stage and, like, doing the, you know, organizing stuff, keeping everything ushering. But other than that, we only had the ID. Anyway, there's ideas for that. Make them tappable and all of that. I only think of those because those are my, like, that's my niche. So that's just what I bring as an option. Garvey Day is not the only opportunity to offer cards. It's not the only work. Yeah. Yeah, these are some ideas. That's for the 5-year plan. I'm not sure how pricing would work considering we, you know, how we have to go about things. But, you know, there's this general pricing. I don't know how we have to do that one, but filling them that way works. That's something to go over eventually. Down here, pledge membership cards that work like Chick-fil-A red cards. Do you guys know what I mean by that? Chick-fil-A red,
Not
organ
exactly.
donor.
Identify us, share that information further.
All right. So when I say that one, like, assuming I skip all of these things just because of how they read, pledge membership cards that work like Chick-fil-A red. So, like, not the points way, but the identification way. So, like, I'm not sure. We definitely need to go over the 5-year plan, which is actually one of the you know, that's something a little late in the after one. But with our thing, the whole point is to when you read the actual plan, it's already broken down into steps. So, like, it's broken down into pledge, and then it's broken down into carried out. So, you know, because we're supposed to be doing it step by step by step by step by step by step by step, you know what I mean? I think that would highlight it. So when I say Chick-fil-A red, I mean like the identification part. And I said organ donors because it's like when you get organ, when you have your card, like your ID or your driver's license or whatever, it says organ donor aren't on it. So I thought we could have different IDs once that part gets up. So it's like, okay, this person pledged and paid it out already. This person pledged, or this person only has an active membership, or this person only got the ID. You know what I mean?
I see what
Stuff
you
like
mean.
but you know, that same type of explanation. I could do the same for these, but you know, it's just that's an idea. Yeah. Oh, no. This one, honored memberships across businesses, including discounts and yeah. I was gonna talk about this one. Isn't there one Saturday? There's this Saturday.
Next Saturday we'll have our executive meeting. Yes.
As in like in 6 days?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, but so I can go more into this one, but honored memberships across businesses. The same way that down here would work, if it's an identification thing, then an incentive for pledging early or an incentive for doing this or that could be, if you take it to, I don't know, there's a restaurant around, just take it to a restaurant. If you have a Chick-fil-A Red membership, you go to a Chick-fil-A, you get a discount at Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? If you have a discount, if you're a veteran, you get a discount on your gas or whatever veterans get. You know what I mean? That's
So,
what this one is. I think that one's really interesting because it
so you want us to get discounts for being UNIA members at certain businesses? Is that what you're
no.
trying to say?
No, this is I'm thinking of it more in the context of like of participation in a plan, in a program, not having it be the base level incentive. I'm saying have it be something to offer instead of having, you know, saying just come participate because we have an idea and we promise it'll pay off in 5 years. Like, no, here's something that like we can offer you now. There's something we can explain it to you the entire way. You can not participate if you want to. Member in general, all you have to do is activate. Really, you're already included. So it's just explaining bringing them along for the whole, for the whole thing. That's how it needs work for sure. I'm just saying that's how that'd be a good way for it to be digestible. But yeah, an example of something else though, like separate from this is still down the line, but something currently still at the HEC was something that Duguay had was he has this prison program.
Mm-hmm.
He this like where he reaches out to them and in the he just reaches out to them and he gets their stories and I forgot what it was called, but he sets that whole thing up and I was like, now we have something similar to that already, but it's in a different direction. But I'm like, what if we put that on there also? The type of prison program. I'm thinking of it in real time because it's something I wrote.
I mean, what kind of prison program? What are you saying?
The one existing or the one that
what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one that Duguay has. Duguay has a paper similar to the Whirlwind where he contacts and informs prisoners about the UNIA in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really sure how far he gets with that or what he does long term, but I'm assuming he just has it, week by week or month by month as he goes up there and talks to them. And he's like, he says it's pretty volatile too. He says he got all the way up and down the East Coast and like in different like connections in different prisons in different places.
Mm-hmm.
They're active members. He was saying that was another thing, but I was saying in the Whirlwind, if we transition not necessarily only for prisoners, or if we did that in the first place, if we focus that one a little more after a couple of weeks or a couple months of like refining how it is now already, by Garvey Day, we could have it as a promotional thing for people to, interact with in general so they can start from there instead of getting pushed to there and then pushed to somewhere else. These are some of the
1
ideas.
second, hold on. But you're talking about utilizing because this one was under Whirlwind magazine, on the Whirlwind newsletter.
Yes, this one was in the context of working with working with the Whirlwind, yeah.
And I think you had talked to me about this briefly, but it's in the realm of almost like sharing messages through the Whirlwind, asking subscribers to provide some information. I forgot exactly how you laid it out, and then that information will be shared.
Okay. You mean the part where oh yeah, so in that again, I'm only hesitating because of the works it takes to set up these parts here, but we could make it where members could join, and in the newsletter, there's like a section where they can put kind of like a comment section
Right.
where you can put something. I don't want to say they just put it up and it goes straight to it, like straight to the front page or anything like that. So that's why I have screening and design here. But yeah, that was something also. Members could join. They read the newsletter. They have something going on in their neighborhood. So like, okay, like, hey, it's my niece's birthday. Wish her a happy birthday. And then, I'm not sure how much it would cost or if we would even charge in the first place. It would probably be, maybe included after the first, you get two, one a year, maybe one on your birth. We already do some of that stuff, which is why. But yeah, comment section at the bottom could be interesting. Inmates could be interesting, different demographics, schools could be interesting. Events are always going to be interesting. I'm saying include, work with, kind of like what everybody else is saying, just work with what we have already. I don't want to keep bringing it back to HEC, but we got to work with what we have here, because that's where we just got sent back to. This is where we are, so we kind of have to work with what's available.
I got you.
But yeah, that's the whirlwind. I'm just thinking of a couple things. We could use the griot as an example. I have a presentation there, or there's that conversation as well. There's the griot, there's Garvey Day, that's a conversation. I just learned about Malcolm X Day. We're gonna set up for that a little bit. And there's a few, just focusing on this stuff here was what those were. And this is the last one. This is just about the plan. So this is in closing.
Yeah.
All of the course, these are some, I'm not sure if everybody read it recently, but go over it again. Read the bylaws. Not read the whole thing. I've been going through and reading every couple chapters, but the 5-year plan part is where I heard we're focusing next. So that's where I'm focusing next. So that's why I put it.
That is where I would like to focus. But that would, again, that'd be a executive body.
Yeah. This is all going to come up again later for sure. But just some base level things. So just the works, which includes everything. These are okay, yeah, that's it actually.
One suggestion, you still in your the phone situation. A lot of the stuff that not a lot, but the second half of what you were presenting, made me feel like you should be on the Whirlwind newsletter staff. Have we talked?
I am.
Okay.
I've been a lot, just I'm gonna lock in with that actually. Because of these, I wanted to get the HEC first and see these other things, but right now I think it's orientation and these works and these foundation stuff.
Okay. Excellent report. Yeah, we'll talk about it more on Saturday. But yeah, this is very good work and a very good report. So any questions for our third vice president, Brother Eric?
Oh yeah, was I clear about everything? There was a question over here. Did I clear it up at all?
I'm sure there's some questions. We'll see what comes out if anyone wants to ask any questions. Any questions for Brother Eric? So I guess it was clear. Okay. Thank you, Brother Eric. Again, we'll have, we'll continue to develop that. But a lot of what, from what I heard, Whirlwind newsletter staff is a good place to, to be involved, to try to make some of those things a reality as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'll give the detailed one later. I'm gonna stop sharing now.
Got you. Thank you. President Ross, are you available now?
Yes, I am.
All right. You have the floor, Treasurer.
Okay, thanks. Give thanks. I wanted to ask a question before I give my report to Council General Imhotep. And the question I have is, for Malcolm X Day, what are they charging us for the booth? And how is the division taking care of that cost?
The booth cost is $300, and we're just getting contributions from the membership here is paying for it.
How close are we to get into the $300?
$50 short.
Okay. I will be able to help with some of that. So just reach out to me when you get a chance.
Will do. Much appreciated, President Ross.
Okay. All right. Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Ross Marvin, the treasurer. Going to give our treasury report. And basically today, I'm just going to summarize our bank account activity from the beginning of this year. On January 1st, 2020.
With the rest of our membership that
Definitely.
okay.
Yeah. So brother Eric he's in training for the membership office. He's appointed third vice president, but he was recently given the responsibility of membership. Myself, Ross Marvin, and Sister Diane, and Lady President, I would also include you as well. We, as a committee, we need to officially form a committee and have some recurring meetings to address some of these concerns that keep repeating, especially in regards to reaching out to our membership. Any other questions for our treasurer? I will take a moment, since we were talking about funds and membership and dues, for those that have not made your dues payment for this year, this month, please do so. cbpm.org/join 421. Well, that still works to join. We got a Cashapp $ UNIA 421 fund, paypal.me/UNIA 421. And I probably need to remove our parent body donation link. But that was it's an old slide. So, but just calling on members to pay your dues, basically, and a reminder to pay your dues and a reminder as to how you can pay your dues. If there aren't any other questions for our treasurer, we will proceed. Brother Macias, are you available?
Yes.
Greetings, Brother Macias, first vice president. Anything you'd like to share with us from your office? Business.
Greetings, family. Brother Macy's your first vice president. Also serving in capacity as your business development coordinator. As far as standpoint, was not able to attend HEC this year due to prior engagements, but I do want to echo the sentiments that it's definitely an event that you have to be there to understand and feel. Definitely have been to a couple now so far, and definitely regret I couldn't go to this one. Some of the actions aren't surprising, how it went down, but I always would think about the UNIA or what it is. I think about it as a business person, a product. And I think about what our people need as this product of what we're selling our people. Always, whenever you are thinking about marketing a product, you have to think about the value that it brings to the people that you're marketing to, who are your target audience. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I've always been kind of local and internationally focused is because when I think about what it's presenting itself as a government, a government has to um, we can talk about the United States government all day, but if we're not building something that they could walk away from and feel the same sense of security that they are being duped into believing, or some type of stability, or like Marcus Garvey said, organization, which it says that that's the one thing that we lack, then we aren't necessarily presenting a product that our people are going to be able to um, feel comfortable with walking away from and joining. So that's one of the reasons why I've always tried to focus on the international business and the local business, because I understand what we're competing against for what our people to walk away from, and what we have to build to be able to build something that's equally as sufficient. That really, a lot of our people feel like that the government determines their quality of life. And that's why they vote for laws and changes, because they're looking for the government to do that. And my always question is, how can we do that? As business development coordinator, one of my major focus is to help build a worldwide commercial industrial infrastructure that we could be able to offer the same peace of mind that our people will have access to the resources that they need to have that quality of life, so they can walk away. We have been in the works of creating a few industries and infrastructures to that our people will be able to say that we are meeting their basic needs. One of the most recent ones is the basic need of real estate and housing, that we are focused on finding ways that we can have collective ownership in even real estate. And with the hopes that a lot of these disputes over real estate ownership can be solved by building a vehicle that could possibly do that. So currently, that is one of the major focuses that we are focusing on. Is a nation is not a nation that doesn't have any land, and we want to make sure that we can at least meet that goal for our people to have access to the land that they need to be able to make sure that they can use that land to create the resources that they need, if it's just housing, commercial, or agriculture, or any other things. That's one of our major focuses. Not the only focus, because we have to build many commercial and industrial infrastructures to be able to compete. And of course, there's with that being one of the first focus, we are looking for people who are interested in real estate, know anything about real estate, history, background, and I invite anybody to email me if possible. If you are interested in joining the business development committee and assisting with helping us be able to build a commercial and industrial infrastructure that our people will be able to say, I want to be involved in that, and I feel confident that what they're building is the solution to the security that I need. I don't have to look to any other fashion or institution to be able to do that. Definitely looking forward to working with anybody who is interested. And if you're interested in anything business development, you can also email me. My email, I'll just put it in the chat, and I look forward to speaking to you all going forward. Race first.
Race first. Thank you, First Vice President. We are meeting this Thursday as well.
Yes.
Okay, so next business meeting will be this coming Thursday. I'm getting ready to open the floor for questions. I did want to take a moment to briefly promote our YouTube, our social media. The last video that we put up there was a business meeting from March 28th. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more information about what Brother Macis is speaking about, There's also, if you'd like to, be involved with our upcoming meeting, please let us know. But we are looking for, we are building our business arm of Division 421 and be led by our first vice president. Are there any questions for First Vice President Brother Macias?
Yes.
Go ahead.
First VP, Brother Macias. You don't have to answer this question, no. You could answer it on Thursday. I looked at your proposal that was sent out March 28th, and it itemized the different areas that we're going to need to set up. My question is, how much people would it take to fill all of the different areas that you had presented in your proposal so that we can have everything running?
Each area, I believe that it would take one person to do each area, to be honest. And then that person would eventually, as they grow, train other people. But that would be the first step, just looking for one person to handle those tasks. Even if
How much different
sometimes
areas of tasks was there?
it was only 4 leadership areas that we needed.
Because in your proposal, I'd seen more than 4.
As far as the task, they have many of those tasks on the list are. That was a task list that I was going to be doing with the next steps going forward to be able to help us get registered and everything. So, as far as the roles that we need to be able to operate on a daily basis, so that there was a get started checklist, which is the next steps to get started. And of course, I took ownership of that and will be happy to for any assistance in those tasks on that get started checklist. Then there's also a roles and responsibilities checklist of the roles that we would need to continue on a daily basis once as we get started.
Okay, I see on the roles and responsibilities, there's 4 different areas. So you're saying one person in each of those areas, the acquisition team, property protection team, property distribution team, and cultivation team. Minimum one person in each of those areas?
One person to lead development of those areas, yes.
Okay. And you say as far as the other aspect of the proposal, the get started checklist, 1 through 9, you said you'll be able to work on those?
Yes. It was update basically on what the next steps we were doing to get started.
Okay, give thanks. First VP.
Anyone else have any questions for First Vice President, Business Coordinator? Okay. All right, thank you, First Vice President. Excellent report. I think we may have a couple other officers that we'll get to our members. Let me see.
I was gonna jump in real quick, President. I just wanna say something to the ladies, to the women, to the sisters that are on the call. We have, I don't know if y'all are looking at President's screen that he is sharing. We have 2 open vice president positions for the ladies, and I need some help, y'all. Seriously, I got Sister Diane, and she's keeping up, but I need these 2 positions filled. We need to be full up top here. So I mean, if we have some new sisters who are interested, we do have the vice president in training available. But if you are seasoned, if you've been here and you would like to come aboard, I won't make this a hard thing. I promise you I won't. I'm really good to get along with. I really do the work. It's not really much you will have to do besides really look pretty for me. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying to disregard you any of the work that you bring to the table. Please bring the works to the table. But I'm saying that as your lady president, I promise you, it's not that hard of a task to do because it's just really about participation. It's about being consistent. It's about being available at times, not all the time, because I understand we are women, and we have to do what we have to do at times. We have to do it, so I understand. But please, as the second and the third lady vice presidents, it's not a hard task. I need somebody in those positions so that we can, I can fulfill my job and my duty as lady president more and more effectively. And with those two positions there, I'll be able to, it'll be full, you know what I mean? And we'll have more power with those numbers. So any ladies, any women who are interested, please reach out to President John or myself. I will leave my email in the chat as well. And like I said, we're kicking up the Black Cross nurses, and this is going to be where so many things are going to take off from. I'm so excited about it, and like I said, I'll get the proper correspondence to President John so that you can all be, you know, abreast of what is Black Cross nurses, what it offers, what your position is in it for everyone. So I just wanted to say that much. And also we have so much other stuff too. And that stuff I have to discuss with President John, and we'll present that in time. But yeah, but for now I need two strong individual women that are wanting to, you know, step up and be a part of this. And I look forward to talking to you. So I'm about to leave my email in the chat. So I just wanted to say that. Race first.
Race first. Thank you, Lady President. And yes, I'll chime in on that. Division 421 is a UNIA division that is big on leadership. I guess that's the best way to put it. It's not about creating more followers. We as a race, we as a people, we need to be creating and building more leaders. And the best way to do that, that I've found in life, is leading by example. Garvey's got a quote that deals with criticism. I can't remember exactly how his goes, but I remember Benjamin Franklin. He said, "Any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, and most fools do." We don't want to just sit back and be critics. We want to be providing the example of what we think is the solution, and especially from a leadership standpoint. So yeah, leadership is 421. That's what we push. HEC, one comment on HEC that Lady President, you had touched on earlier, in regards to our membership not being overwhelmed with the reports and the announcements of HEC, but I have to balance it with First Vice President sentiments in regards to being there and in regards to what I just said in regards to leadership. One of the things that we do want everyone to be aware of or be prepared for is to be a part of HEC. We want all of our members, all UNIA members, all followers of Mr. Garvey, to be able to say that in their lifetime they participated in a high council, they participated in a convention, and they supported, that body. So I agree with Lady President. We don't want to get overwhelmed with these announcements, but at the same time, I do want us to prepare ourselves to be involved in these discussions and in these meetings. Lady President, you want to say anything to that?
I agree 1,000%. I don't really want to just keep saying the same thing, but it's imperative. It's really imperative that you just come in just with a listening ear and just have an open, just have a like an open heart about it, and did not come in with an expectation. And that'll save a lot of energy about the particular politics that's going on in your Black government. Because no form of politics is pretty. No form of it. You see what they got going on in Gaza. You see what we're doing right here in the United States. It's something that you have to have, the guts for, like, seriously. So, if you hear something that you don't agree with, just take this, just put it to the side for a minute. Don't hold it on you. Don't carry it as a burden, because there's people in place to help with that. You're not alone in this. Like, we're not alone in this. Like, it's a process to everything. So my suggestion, and my prayers and my hopes to you all is just, take it easy, and it'll all flow. It'll all flow, and it'll all align in time. So if it doesn't align with you at the moment, sit it to the side. It'll come back around eventually. So that's all I want to say. Race first.
Race first. Thank you, Lady President. And with that, we will move to our next sister, and we're talking about leadership. We're talking about sisters. I'd like to go to our a previous lady president, Mama Amina. Greetings, Mama Amina.
Greetings, my brother.
Anything you'd like to share? Any questions that you have for us, for the family?
Only question I would have is, after we had that speaker last year and we had the conflict with the president general, was that resolved?
No, it was.
I went home to California, so I don't know what happened. I just was wondering.
Well, I guess no, it was not. So Mama Mina, speaking of Garvey Day last year, August, we had Dr. Umar here. There's a disagreement with our leadership and Dr. Umar. So we were asked to not work with Dr. Umar, basically, and that was part of what we were trying to have addressed at HEC was, our position as far as working with our brothers and sisters. In my opinion, I'm going to say it has not been resolved. We know the positions of the leadership, and leadership knows our position, but I would not say that there's any resolution. That's the best way I can put it.
If I may chime in,
Lady President, yes.
Mama Mina, we gonna play good cop, bad cop advocate on this. I'm gonna play the bad cop. And I would say, yes, it has been resolved because, and I tell you why, because we presented the issue on the floor. He recognized the issue on the floor. It was his decision to not address it. It was his decision not to be bothered with it in a sense. So as divisional leaders, we're just going to continue with the works. So I'm just going to be transparent with y'all. So the leadership, high executive does not, because it's not just about Dr. Umar, it's other brothers and sisters in the diaspora that they don't want us to work with.
Lady President, we will make our position clear as an executive body. We can discuss that this coming Saturday as to what our approach will be. Any other questions? I brought up the letter for everyone's reference, but as Council General said, put in Google Dr. Umar 2005 letter, and you can read it for yourself. We're not going to go through that tonight for the sake of time, but we will share that link or the information. Matter of fact, I'll put the link in. I'll drop the link in the chat. Okay, I don't even remember where we were. I think we were in reports. Any officers? Oh, Brother Art. Brother Art, you there?
I don't have anything to share.
Well, Brother Art, did you see my message in the chat? I was hoping you did have something.
I didn't. The HEC and everything covered the last couple of weeks, so there wasn't much. I can say that in the Whirlwind newsletter, we're moving forward, and President Ross has given Sister Bertha Rose and myself a pass to start doing our own thing with. So in the next few weeks, if you see any mistakes or anything on that, please call it to our attention. That's all I have right now. Race first.
Race first. Thank you, Brother Art. I have something else from Brother Art. We'll try to make this a part of our normal routine. It's supposed to be a part of our normal routine. Let me stop sharing. I'm sharing the wrong thing. Share screen. That's what. Supposed to be part of our normal routine is meeting minutes. So in the beginning of our meeting, supposed to go over the minutes from the previous meeting. Brother Art, I'll take care of this one for you. This meeting, and next meeting for May, if you could provide the meeting minutes from today to keep us in flow. So from March 24th mass meeting, these are the notes that we have from our recording secretary. Call to order at 5 o'clock, 5:05. We did our rituals. 5:15, we did the pledge to the flag. 5:20, we did roll call. 5:22, bylaws of the office of president, read by President John. So this looks like we were talking about the office of president and lady president. 5:33, office of lady president, read by lady president Sister Ra Ebony. 5:40 p.m. we read the preamble. 5:43, we discussed updates on HEC and travel, resolutions committee and meetings. So good notes.
Okay.
Shows that we were preparing for HEC. 5:45, we gave officer reports. Probably need some more details for officer reports if we can, Brother Art. Just, which officers gave reports and the primary thing that was being
But they
discussed.
reported, right?
That'll be important for our continuity. Member share, yeah, you don't have to give a lot of details on member share unless there's something major or that's being announced. 7 o'clock, Ross Marvin introduces Jamaican musician, Brother Ken, and 421 recruit. Meeting closed with Diane, motto and slogan. So not bad, Brother Art. Gives us a record of what was discussed. The main thing was we went over the office of president, president. So thank you, Brother Art, for your work as recording secretary. Any questions for our recording secretary, Brother Art? Brother Chizoro can't talk. Oh man. Okay, 7:51. That takes care of all of our officers. Thank you for your patience, everyone. We will go to member share at this time. Sorry. Sister Cicely, I see you. Arts and culture coordinator. And Sister Cicely, I meant to call on you after Mama Amina, as we were having a discussion about leadership and lady vice presidents, but I do want you to keep that in the back of your mind. All of our individuals that step up, that volunteer for positions on our executive body, we expect them to be able to hold the highest office at some point. So that's what we should be working towards. Sister Cicely, anything that you want to share for arts and culture?
Not at this present time.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in. Sister Cicely, you were at the orientation, correct?
Yeah, I was there.
Anything you want to share with the family in regards to orientation? Anything that you learned, or anything you want to share?
I learned a lot. I'm just happy that we have that program. I don't know really how it started. Yesterday was my first time, but I'm just thankful for it.
Thank you very much, Sister Cicely. And yeah, every Saturday. So that was week 2, and it's supposed to be a 15-week program. So we will continue that.
Can I chime in on Sister Cicely's department, arts and culture?
Yeah, I guess, yes.
I don't have to. I can wait.
Yeah, I mean, we on her. That's where we are.
I presented Black Cross Nurse Meet. Race first, I wait.
All right. Any other officers? All officers were able to share? All right. Thank you. Moving to our members. Brothers, as you know, we have to be good listeners. We allow our sisters to speak first. Sister Ifaniyi, member number 368. Greetings, Sister Ifaniyi.
Oh, greetings, Brother John, and all Race First, and all the other people on the call. I just want to thank Ra Ebony for being a great soldier please keep up the good work, and you as well, Brother John. And as again, this was a very informative meeting, and that's all I have to say. Thank you so much. Race first.
Race first. Thank you, Sister Ifani. Sister Ifani, question before you go too far. I know that you have mentioned volunteering and supporting in the past from the Office of Our Sisters. I want to even say Black Cross nurses specifically. Am I wrong on that? Am I remembering wrong?
Are you talking to me, Brother John?
Yes.
Yes, I did. You're not. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm still interested when time comes.
Okay. Do you have any? Could you put your email in the chat for our Lady President? And Lady President, definitely we need to stay in touch with Sister Ifani. Like I said, I remember your name. I know Sister Shan, your name changes a little bit, but I know that you've expressed that desire to help, and I haven't necessarily had the opportunities to capitalize on that commitment. So now that we've got a Lady President that is, making that a focus, I want to make sure we keep you engaged with our plans.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Lady President, you got that?
No,
Yeah,
because
just
this is going to be I'm going to send out the flyer to you, President, so you'll be able to correspond and send it out as a mass, communication to everyone. With
I got you.
flyer, they have.
I got you, but I do want you to start building your staff for Black Cross nurses.
That's going to come with the Black Cross nurses meeting. That's why I'm gonna have that every 2 weeks, so I can have my individual time with them. See what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. Sister Ifani is requested to be one of those members, one of those participants.
Absolutely, race first.
Okay, I'm just making sure you
send the when I send you the flyer, send the correspondence out to everybody. Then that way, when I come down and just have hers, I'm getting everybody's information. It's a way I'm doing it. You see what I'm saying? But
Okay.
definitely, Sister Ifanini, I will talk to Sister Ifanini. I got you.
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Sister Ifani. We only have a couple brothers, it looks like. First, we want to go to our longtime supporter out of Brooklyn, New York, Dr. Shams.
Race first.
Race first, Dr. Shams.
Yes, sir. Couple things. I've updated my website to make it become more user friendly. So I've included a table of content. I tried to break it down by more subject areas in the table of contents, and the main page is different now. I have the old comments page as the main page, and I fixed that up a little bit. So I've been working on that as well. But I wanted to say, as far as the meeting this evening, that this is the wrong time for us to create divisions amongst ourselves with what's coming up in so-called U.S. politicals. I mean, we need each other right now more than we ever did, or more than we ever will, because, no matter how it turns out, it seems that both sides are going against our people worldwide, and our sovereignty is probably one of the things that they really would love to find a way to attack. And my website is set up as a sovereignty defense website. It has the breakdown of all international laws, all of the indigenous right laws, the Vienna Convention, the Magna Carta, the U.S. Constitution, etc. It has Marcus Garvey's Declaration of Negro Rights on it, and the Dred Scott case where they denied it and didn't want to adhere to our rights. It also has a section of the United Nations. And I like the way we're reaching out to brothers and sisters overseas, because that's the thing that's going to keep us together as far as our sovereignty is concerned, that international connections, international allies, international contacts, that's what's going to make us strong and keep us together no matter what we go through. So I just want to bring that to the forefront. And also, Haile Selassie did say that history is the basis of brotherhood, and brotherhood is the basis of unity. When you have history, you have a common foundation. So therefore, there should be no division. When you have brotherhood, you want for your brother what you want for yourself, And with unification, I mean, if you have differences, you settle them in amicable ways, I mean, you don't just blurt out and try to cause friction and split like that and not give people a chance to speak to you or defend themselves or nothing like that. You speak your case to see what the answer is. You present the argument and you try to settle it, But this is the wrong time for us to be disunited. Marcus Garvey also said that a nation without unity is like a tree without roots. So where are we going without unification? Nowhere. Peace and race first. Oh, by the way, my information on reparations, our reparations section on salvation, I got unity on my website. And my table of contents is right there in the chat as well, under the one of the reparations link. The link that I put up there, not the Twitter links or the YouTube links, the links that I created myself. I have my table of contents there, so you can more easily check out my website, especially if you're on chat. I don't know anybody on the conference call, but I'll tell you a few times what the website is. The address of the website is Not Helpful USA Legislations people.bracesites.com. That's Not Helpful USA Legislations people.bracesites.com. See, I believe in this. I believe in going in where I fit in. And I have heard it often said that each member should go in where they fit in, or be in where you fit in, something like that. But anyway, we all have a place. We all should be able to work together. And it just points out whether you have something to share that's valuable, whether you have what we're looking for or you don't, as far as your ability to network, because network starts with the foundation of what you have yourself and what you're able to bring to the table, and then you can fit in where you should be in. Peace and race first.
Race first. Thank you, Dr. Shams.
John, does anybody have any information about what's happening in Haiti?
I don't.
No.
Race first. I have that on my website.
Just website, Dr. Shams, in the chat. I know you do it every time, but could you for the new people and the people who don't have it, race first.
Not Helpful USA Legislations people.bracesites.com. I'm putting it in the chat one more time. And I'm gonna say it again one more time. Not Helpful USA Legislations people.bracesites.com. It has sections on it on reparations and how by law we can demand our reparations, but we have to be united in order to get it. And all this division going to do is keep us broke, poor, and probably put them back in slavery again. We need to stay united more than ever because we don't know what we're about to face in the next couple of years. Peace and race first.
Yes, sir. We definitely working to unify here at Vision 421. But no, I don't have anything in particular on Haiti. I don't know if anyone on the call has anything they'd like to share on Haiti. Unfortunately, our local Haiti representatives are not here. One thing to keep in mind, one second. I'm getting ready to come. I'm gonna come back to. Well, let me finish up member share, then I'll come back to.
Okay.
So we got Got two more brothers. Brother Chizoro, are you available to speak or are you unable to speak? Said you were on the bus. Brother Chizoro, are you there? Can you can you speak? All right. Brother Chizoro may be tied up. Brother Benny, greetings, Brother Benny. Are you there? Can you speak? Okay. All right, Brother Chizoro, Brother Benny. I need okay. All right. Last thing that I had in regards to, and it touches on Haiti briefly, not directly, but save the dates. So some upcoming things that we will be presenting or promoting. This one needs to come out. This is for myself and for Lady President. So Lady President and Vice President, Wednesday, May 1st, we'll have our president's call, but that's for us internally. For everyone else, Race First Study Group session. We'll start this coming Tuesday, hosted by our First Lady Vice President and Education Coordinator, Sister Diane. So we should be starting that this Thursday at 8. 421 business meeting will continue this Tuesday at 8. Sorry, Tuesday, April 30th. Race First Study Group. Thursday at 8, 421 business meeting, continuing our discussion on real estate. Black Cross Nurses. I think we're doing Friday. What is that? The 3rd, Friday, May 3rd. Lady President, 8 p.m.
What is Black Cross Nurses again?
What's that, Mama Mina?
When was that Black Cross Nurses? Let's see. Friday, May 3rd. Okay.
Yes. Lady President, you know what time yet or TBA on time?
I like to keep it in the evening. 8 o'clock is good.
Okay, yeah. We've got a good 8 o'clock rhythm. Orientation class Saturdays. So third week will be Saturday, May 4th, 8 p.m. For our secretaries, so this is for Brother Art, as well as Lady President, myself. Wednesday, May 8th, 8 p.m. Secretary's call. 421 mass meeting. So we'll have our first mass meeting of the month of May on May 12th at 5 p.m. We're preparing for Malcolm X Day, Saturday, May 18th. And don't forget about African Liberation Day will be the following Saturday, May 25th. And the reason why I said Haiti, for African Liberation Day, we have a partnership with a group that focuses on Haiti. The name of the group is KOSSA, KOSSA. I can't remember exactly what it stands for. It's a Haitian, it's a Haitian acronym, but they are a group based out of Haiti, and they will be attending African Liberation Day, and they'll be able to provide a report from the ground. So,
Malcolm X's birthday actually is May 19th, but we're celebrating him on the 18th, huh?
well, they said it's a 2-day event, so I guess it is. I think 8th is Saturday, the 19th is
Sunday. So it's gonna be Saturday and Sunday?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and also I want don't let's not neglect Juneteenth, because as the UNIA organization, we lead that parade. So
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, President. You know what's going on.
Yeah, 15th, June. Let me see what day that's gonna be on. The only reason I didn't say anything about that, you're right. So that'll be June, probably 16th.
I think it's on that weekend, President, but we'll talk about that later.
The only reason I didn't say anything, because again, Garvey Day. I need some energy and some planning around Garvey Day. I don't want to, put all of our energy into everything else and then come Garvey Day, we missed the target. So Juneteenth and Garvey Day, but this is our current plan for the summer. But you know, again, we got to put some emphasis on Garvey Day. This is the event that we plan ourselves. We're not supporting anybody. We're not doing a coalition. We do work with the Shrine of the Black Madonna, but at the end of the day, all of the organizing is done by us. So, you know, the vendors, the entertainment, the program for the day, the speakers, we do all of that stuff. Questions, comments before we move to close?
Yes, comments.
Yes, sir.
It still says the Black Cross Nurse Friday, May 3rd, 8 p.m. And that's the CBPM meeting, the first Friday at 8 p.m.
Lady President is going to get a separate Zoom for that.
I don't know.
Okay, good. Then that's no problem then.
Oh, okay. I thought he just said want me to clash times with them.
No, the times is okay, but it's just that our Zoom will be used by the CBPM that night. So if you get another Zoom, that time and day is no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Race first.
Race first.
Anybody? I don't have anything else. I am ready to move to close. Anybody have any comments, questions before we close? Save the dates is the focus moving forward. That's what I would like to close on. Anything else would be contribution. So Cashapp, PayPal, pay your dues.
Thank y'all for showing up tonight, y'all. Race first. Peace and love. So much love to y'all. Thank y'all for your participation. Thank y'all for y'all services. Just thank y'all in general. Just thank y'all for being Black. And thank you for supporting your Black people and always having that love for them and to continue to have it. Because I got it for y'all and y'all have it for us. And we're going to keep it going. So race first, I want to tell y'all that. I appreciate each and every one of you in this call right now.
First. Thank you, Lady President. Anyone not get a chance to share before we close?
I guess I should just say greetings, race first. Empress Queen Mother Moses, blessed love. I'm doing 3 Zoom at this time.
Thank you, Queen Mother Moses. I saw you there. That's why I had to give you an opportunity to speak and bless us.
Blessings, and I'm also in travel mode at the airport.
Understand. Have safe travels and wish you the best. And we will close out and everyone get some rest for the week. Lady President, are you there? Can you close us out?
Oh, I thought we was going to sing the Ethiopian anthem.
Well, let's do One God, and then I'll stop the recording. Then we'll do the anthem because the anthem I get copyright claims if I record that.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Okay, cool. All right, everybody. Let me get your right fists in the air. One God.
One God.
One aim.
One aim.
One destiny.
One destiny.
One destiny.
Africa.
Africa.
For the Africans.
For the Africans.
The Africans.
The Africans.
Those at home.
Those
at home.
Those abroad.
Those abroad.
Up, you mighty race, you can do what you will.
You mighty race, you can accomplish what you will.
Accomplish what you will. Say that.
Accomplish. Race first.
Race first.
Go in grace. Go in Garvey grace, everybody.